On a scale of 1 to 10, how intense does RoseCitySaint get in these races? Not just these races, but any time you've ever seen him play a game.
I'm not sure the intensity. I mean, he's playing to win. He's not messing around. He's on a mission. He's not just hanging out.
He's
Yeah, it's
got
hard to say. Is that why he's called Sarge?
yeah. I mean, he's basically he's the Sarge, for sure.
I thought Ryan thought he was racing Ducktales for a second there.
I think he started the game and then had basically he didn't know how to reset his emulator. I'm gonna say. So he loaded another game to reload Panic Restaurant.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Why is he called the Sarge?
He just has that clean crew cut look going. He looks like a drill sergeant when he plays video games, and
Yeah, he looks like a character from Full Metal Jacket, for sure. Not Joker, but the other guy.
All right,
If you've ever seen movies.
I don't really pretend to watch movies too much.
No. I used to watch a lot of movies. Now I don't watch so much anymore just because of how things happen, but
all I do is restream tournament races. I don't do anything else anymore.
You've been doing a lot of that recently. Yeah, there's a lot of action going on for that.
Everyone stopped volunteering as soon as they stopped losing and as soon as they stopped being able to broadcast it on their own channel.
Yeah, that was weird with the Zelda 2. I mean, I would love to take the burden off of anybody's shoulders for this, but it's just not possible for me.
RoseCitySaint. Oh, I thought he got the quick kill there, but now it's done. RoseCitySaint's on a mission here. He put up a good race last time against Nirm in a losing effort, and he lost to JSR in his first race. Both players are 0-2, I believe. I believe so, because Ryan lost to JSR and Nirm. RoseCitySaint lost to Nirm and JSR. So
yeah, it's a little difficult to keep up with it. How do the races get submitted? Like the win-loss thing. Like who puts those in?
Basically, when it gets when the races get validated by SRL. See Ryan going for the slot machine.
Then they go in
container. Then Dig Shake would normally enter them, but there are probably some that are slipping through because we've had so many. And like we're doing other things with Zelda 2 and such, and trying to do your own stuff at the same time.
Yeah,
probably some.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I probably should figure out how to, because I was leaving all that to Dig Shake, so I should probably figure out how to enter him so I can help him out.
Yeah, I have a lot of downtime at work. I would volunteer to do that kind of cleanup on a Sunday through Wednesday basis.
I know in Zelda 2 we were waiting for them to go official in SRL. So you can put like the accurate time instead of like hearsay through somebody else or needing to rewatch the video.
Right. Yeah. Understandable.
Even because going off someone's timer, it's still different. Not like the time matters, but I guess for historical reference and accuracy, that could have been a thing. You know what I'm a big fan of? Not providing extra music if no runner provides music only. Based on copyrights from like YouTube flagging the video, and because it doesn't sync up, it annoys me.
So what are you putting up right now?
Nothing. It's just us talking. It's fireside chat with Angry Larry and Buzz Thunder.
In that case, we'll have to talk about more soundtracks and movies and stuff like that.
Why don't you bring up a topic this time?
Oh, geez, you want to talk about topics? Well. So I watched Thelma and Louise the other day. You ever seen that movie?
No, I actually, tell you the truth, I haven't.
Kind of a weird movie. You think with the cast and the direction and what's going on with it, it would be more compelling and not as goofy, but it was just kind of like a throwaway comedy, maybe like a drama comedy. It's just really weird. The character motivations don't mean anything, but like it has Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon, 1991, Brad Pitt, Michael Madsen. Good cast, good movie. So am I just reviewing this movie?
Well, I can clip these and put them on YouTube.
For my for my review of a movie.
Aren't chick buddy
26 years after it came out.
Aren't chick buddy comedies great? I mean, you have Thelma,
Yeah,
you have Louise,
yeah.
you have a car.
They I would say I don't think they're great. Weird movie.
Link Sevens brings up Airheads. That's like one of the underrated movies of all time.
Oh man, I almost watched that last night because that popped up on Hulu. I was like, man, I'm almost gonna watch that. What happened to that broad, anyways? She was like attractive and popular, but then she just disappeared.
I don't even remember the broad you're talking about. The girlfriend?
From Clueless?
No, Airheads.
Oh, Airheads. Sorry, I thought he said Clueless.
There's not even a letter those two names share. Well, I guess there's a couple. No, Airheads. Airheads with Adam Sandler and Brendan Fraser.
I know that. I have 2 copies of Airheads on DVD.
Oh,
on my
look at me! I have
now.
2 copies of movies. I'm so into movies.
Well, if you get married to somebody who has similar interests as you, they will share some of the same DVDs.
So you just stole her stuff, is what you said.
No, she had the same one that I already had. I don't know if I ever said this. I probably did on stream before, but I tried to buy Airheads at Walmart when I was 16 years old, and the lady carded me to buy it, and it was PG-13.
I've never had anybody. You know, when I worked at Blockbuster Video, the thing used to beep when people would buy, and Ryan takes a game over early. Let's see if RoseCitySaint does the skip here. He doesn't. He just doesn't walk around. The thing used to beep when like there was parental advisory stuff, and I don't think we stopped anybody from doing anything like, you know, teens renting R-rated movies or, you know, wanting to buy Natural Born Killers soundtrack or whatever.
Right.
It was just like whatever.
Yeah,
like you want to buy a CD, you want to listen to music, awesome.
Yeah, that's why you're there at the store. Like, I don't know. It's a weird thing, like with the age restrictions, because they're so like arbitrary. Like, what does it matter?
I got stopped one time from buying a nudie magazine in a convenience store. But that was like one time.
I never had the stones to try something like that.
We had a stationery store, like the seediest of stationery stores near us. I guess it was like a 50% off stationery store, but it was like, yeah, I don't want to stereotype here, but it was like foreign owned. So it had like a little bit of everything in it, and it was one of those stores where it was just a fire hazard to begin with. So they had a magazine rack, and this is a different store, by the way, than my denial story. They had a magazine rack, and then they had like an upper rack that was just like 8 movies. And for somehow we got away with buying them. And we used to go to that store like every month to buy more.
Yeah.
It was great. I mean, listen, I'm a kid. I'm a guy. What do you want me to do? I found a store that provided me adult videos at a younger age, and I upvoted.
That's an interesting topic to talk about, like, because when you think about like kids who have the internet right now, like I remember being 12 years old and finding like, you know, half of a torn up Playboy on the side of the road, and that was like the best day of my life. But you know, now kids have the internet, so it's just a different world.
I remember the let's go to the park and walk through the woods hoping we find a page of Playboy kind of stories. We had what the hell was I going to say with kids and the internet and stuff like that? It's a lot worse now, obviously, than it ever was back when I was younger. I was going somewhere with it before we were talking about finding something on the side of the road, but whatever it was. We can get more in depth in this discussion during the next time we're on Randomizer Mania.
Yeah, I think we should take this format onto Randomizer Mania and see what happens.
Just completely ignore the game, and we just have our own little talk show. It's a podcast. That's what it is.
It's a lot of fun, honestly. I mean, I don't know if we could get viewers or not, but I really enjoy it.
But we mentioned the important stuff. RoseCitySaint is climbing up a chain link ladder. There you go. I talked about the game. Let's talk about something else now.
Yeah. I mean, Ryan is actually holding his controller, apparently.
What these people need to understand is they're new to the tournament, and they don't matter right now. And until they do something, then we'll give them the time of day and talk about how well they're playing the game. We give them the voice afterwards. We ask them questions, not necessarily about the game, but they have to earn their status. They have to earn their way in the tournament.
Yeah, credibility is not a given. You need to do something. I mean, what have you done for me lately? Show me what you got, that kind of stuff.
They're both 0-2. Rose City Saint just jumped on top of a carrot. I mean, how much like are we supposed to analyze about this?
Yeah, I mean they're on the same level. So yeah, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Gina Davis is like really skinny.
I was going to say,
1991.
when we were talking about A League of Their Own, I was going to say I had a little bit of a thing for Gina Davis, and then I got a little
Oh
bit of a thing
yeah,
for Lori Petty, and then she did Tank
for
Girl,
sure.
and I'm like, oh my God, you're disgusting.
Yeah, Tank Girl. I never watched it, but that just seemed like I don't know why she got that role. Um, you know, Point Break, don't you?
Yes, best Keanu Reeves movie ever.
Well, yeah, she's like I mean, the what you could call a love interest in that movie.
Did I not just dig shake that? I really got that right?
Yeah, you got it right.
Oh, my bad. I thought Keanu
Oh, you
Reeves
were
was in a
trying to
different
dig
point.
shake that.
No,
Wow.
I absolutely was. I thought he was in a different Point or Break something movie, and I was just, well, I guess I got
No,
it right.
that's Lori Petty is she's the female in that where Keanu Reeves like learns how to surf and like God, that movie's not very good. I don't know. I could easily have a podcast about movies. We just me just talking about how much I hate movies.
I really think a YouTube series of you reviewing movies from like 20 years ago, like they're brand new, would be like so. Like I talked about the food reviews, the microwave dinner reviews, and such. I still think that would be awesome. But
Yeah.
but
Well,
she's
no,
doing
movies would be better. I did a couple Facebook reviews of like new movies like that I went into the theater and saw, and then I wrote like a 10 paragraph thing about how I hated it. And like, nobody reads that on YouTube, but like if I did like an actual thing, but like, that's the whole thing is that I'd have to put together stuff and like have video and B-roll and stuff like that. The production is very important with those kind of reviews, I'd have to be like Mr. Plinkett, if you know who that is.
yes, that was the guy who delivered mail in Mister Rogers.
Yeah, that guy.
It was one of the problems with the wrestling podcast I did was the fact that like it was just two guys with a microphone, and no matter how interesting we were, it was basically just two guys with a microphone. And why listen to us when you can put on like maybe a former wrestler doing a podcast and just listen to them for 2 hours? So it like without like visuals, and then to do the visuals for an hour show would probably have been like 8 hours of work to edit, find the footage, edit, and stuff like that. And it's just like, well, like, how much time do you want to invest in this? How flashy do you want to make it? And how many people would actually still even watch it?
Yeah, if that was something I really want to do, like I know I would enjoy it, but I mean, my problem is I'm not. I like to do the production thing, but like, yeah, I don't put any effort towards the end product or something like that. Like me going through an entire movie to put together B-roll for like a 2 second clip, like 1,000 different times, that would take a very long time, be very difficult to do. It would get my point across. But I mean, what I can say about it is the same thing.
My honest opinion to you is that, hey, why don't you just do like a 5-minute quick review with no B-roll, face cam, maybe like a nice little splash graphic around you. But of course it'd be satire to where like you're reviewing movies from 30 years ago and pretending like they're new, and there'd be some shtick to it. And I think would be the hook enough to not need the B-roll. It's short, it's funny, it's watchable every time it comes out without needing to say I need time to go watch it. And like, it's either half the people are going to say this guy is so ridiculous, this guy has no clue in the world, and the other half of the people will realize what you're doing and just get into it.
Yeah, you might be right. It would be hard to catch on, but like, yeah, I mean, that's not that's not even a stretch for me. That would just mean by like turning on a microphone and talking for 5 minutes about like what I normally watch.
I was going through my old YouTube, my old Twitch videos, because I save everything locally because I'm just that, I'm that idiot. So I had like 3 terabytes of movies, and I had no space left. So I'm like, all right, I'll just go through all the Marvel hero ones. I'll just delete because I'm never going to archive them. I'm never going to highlight them. I'm never going to watch them again because the streams were 11 hours long. And then I played one, and I just randomly went to one point in time, and I started talking about like the Michelin Man and coloring with silver crayon, but it was the only crayon available in the auto body shop. And I just like it was 5 minutes ranting about like nothing in particular that I don't even remember saying. And I'm like, Jojo was in chat at the time. I'm like, Jojo, do I sound like this all the time? Like, pretty much, yeah. And I'm like, well, now maybe I want to like save this stuff and like clip out the funnier moments and then just make like a YouTube playlist of like 30-second clips of me just saying stupid stuff and archive it.
I would say that sounds like a lot of fun, just like for personal, okay, I talk like this all the time, but when you were mentioning that, I was like thinking like, how interesting to me would be all the commentary that I did to these Zelda 2 races, like that kind of stuff. Like, oh, okay, right now it's not a big deal. It's kind of fun to listen to, but like I'm thinking about, okay, what about 10 years from now where, I'm a different person and I don't have a copy of that. That's just kind of like maybe I should try to save this and archive it. I mean, I understand what you're doing. It makes perfect sense, like as far as a personal reflection.
So I kind of found the middle ground. I'm like, you know what? Let me get to that point in time where I did the Afterbirth 1001% for Isaac.
Yeah, that was fun. I watched a lot of that. That was a good one. I'm still doing that, by the way, right now.
And I'm like, let me just archive this every run. I'll just make an episode on YouTube. And yeah, sure, it's like 6 months old or whatever, like almost a year old. But like I can get rid of those videos, I can save space, and I can never lose it. And anybody that may have interest in me, may discover me, or may be a fan, can have some content here. Ryan had a really good, well, I guess it wasn't really good because it had the sexy ice cream drilled down 3 different times on the bricks, but got away there. He's doing a lot better than he did the first time. Problem is, RoseCitySaint, I think, is doing it as well and is almost completing the game.
Yeah, he entered the cutscene and he's about 30 seconds away from completing. It looks like he'll get a sub 17. I'm going to say 17:53.
Well, we'll see. He can get hit once and have to start over. Not at the beginning, but on this fight. So he's going to try to avoid the boss at all costs. He's got a pretty good, decent pattern there to avoid all the things, and takes O'Durv down. And he's going to move on to 1 and 2. JSR is 2 and 1. Nirm is 3 and 0. They're going to be moving on to the winners bracket of Group C. Ryan's going to finish out at 0 and 3. RoseCitySaint's going to be 1 and 2. So what's going to happen is Nirm at 3 and 0 is going to take. He's going to play the second place player in Group D. JSR is going to play the first place player in Group D. And then RoseCitySaint would play the worst player in Group D, and Ryin7 will play the second worst player in Group D. We have crossover, is what they call that, between groups. So I believe on Monday, Group D is Puke 7's 2 and 0. Random Effect is 1 and 1. The Alan Heffley is 0 and 2. And Jackamus has yet to play. So there's 3 matches left there. I believe Jack is going to do a triple header on Monday and take care of all that. If we move on to Group A here, Coach Crab finished at 3 and 0. Dig Shake, Angry Larry, and Bent Glass Tube are all 0 and 1. They all have to play each other once. Group B, Buzz Thunder is 3 and 0. Link Sevens is 2 and 1. They're going to move on to the winners bracket. Joshy D is 0 and 3, and Choke Me I Like It is 1 and 2.
He got a win?
I'm sorry, layout is jacked. You're right. Who got it? Choke beat Joshy D, I believe.
Oh wow!
Right, because Joshy D is 0 and 3.
No, yeah, you're right.
Who played last night? You and Link Sevens, right, against Joshy D?
No, yeah, that definitely happened.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure I got that right, because like you said,
no, I was just trying to accentuate the fact that that Choke got a win.
It is shocking. When's the last time he got a win? It was when he beat me in roller games, I think. No, I beat him in roller games.
Yeah, yeah.
He beat
I
Dig
don't
Shake in
know.
roller games, I believe.
Wow.
That's how we all ended up at 1 and 2. He beat Dig Shake. Dig Shake beat me. I beat Choke, and that's when
Man,
we all
do you
tied. And
remember? Do you remember when he? I'm sure you do, but his loss to Dig Shake was one of the worst, one of the better races ever.
in wacky races,
Yeah, that
yes.
was a good one. There was another one like that too. Joshy D had a commanding lead on I don't remember who,
Coach Crab.
and yeah, and he just completely choked at the end. He lost like 3 minutes just falling in pits.
I gotta tell you, for various different reasons, I believe the wacky races season so far has provided the best entertaining races especially with those two you just mentioned. Even the
Yeah,
ones where I got destroyed early, and then still managed in the first two races, and still managed to come back and with like the difference, the most improved player kind of stuff. Like it had that as well. It had a lot of good stuff that tournament.
yeah, it's just kind of suited to the game. Like this one,
We're gonna
roller
get
games is great because of the 2 points. You know, your cliffs of insanity, of course, and then the other parts were in the rafts where you can kind of like lose and catch up and stuff like that. Kind of added the interest of it, but this game doesn't really have that.
I don't feel like Wacky Races had that either. I think this game and Wacky Races are very similar in the fact that those people who invested the time to learn it are doing very well.
Yeah,
And
I mean, if you sat down for 5 minutes, like you're gonna win the tournament, basically.
I did. I honestly, and no one's going to believe me, but no one believed me for 3 straight tournaments, and I didn't really prove otherwise. I played this game a little bit here and there, but I couldn't stand to play it for a long period of time. But the day before, I couldn't sleep. Day before I played Coach Crab, or maybe it was the morning of, I don't remember. I put it on. I said, you know what? I'm going to spend minimum 2 hours just playing this game because I need to make save states later. I need to do some things here. I need to learn the game. And I spent 2 hours and I started playing it and I started progressing and I started doing better. And then I'd play it again and I'd do a little bit better. And so like it took me an hour to maybe beat the game with save states. And then I was able to just complete it without game overing. And then, like, then I was starting to record time in 18 minutes, 17:57, stuff like that. And then I had my best run ever against Coach Crab that night. Yes, I'm 0-1, RoseCitySaint. Coach Crab beat me. But, you live in California, you have a wife, you have a kid, you have a desk, and you may not have that 2 hours to sit down and do it.
Yeah, I mean, I always said that to Choke. He was complaining about the game. I was just like, I mean, just play it for a half an hour a day. Like, just play it. You'll get used to it. It happens with every game. Like, at first it's intimidating. You don't think you're doing anything right, and then after a few runs, you just kind of get it together.
Here's part of the problem with doing what we're doing, and now we're incorporating actual legitimate speedrunners into like a more casual crew that we once were.
Is that true?
Well, I mean,
Well, I mean, JSR, I think he knows what he's doing.
I wouldn't put Jackamus speedruns games and Nerm
Yeah,
speedruns
that's
game,
true too.
and then there were casuals like us who didn't really put a time. But you start doing that, and now you're like, well, how do I learn this game? Let me watch the world record run, and then you start trying to do stuff they're doing without understanding the game, like without ever playing through the game whatsoever. You're trying to do these quick kills and this and that, and you're dying and you're dying and you're dying, and you're just like, you know what? F this game. Well, F this game because you're not even learning how to play it right before you start learning how to save time. And I think that. And speaking of saving time, Ryin7's in chat here. Hello.
Oh, good sir.
Now, how are you? Better performance there. Still lost, but we'll ignore that. Why don't you tell us what you did better?
Pleased with it. I finished. It's not a great time, but I think it's respectable.
Who was the centerfold of the first Playboy you bought?
I don't think I've ever bought a Playboy.
or received from a friend, or bought from a friend with your lunch money?
God.
Mine was Elle McPherson.
Was she in Playboy?
It absolutely was.
I don't know.
Have you ever had a seedy, like a little shady stationery store in your neighborhood when you were younger, maybe like 15, 16, and had the urge to maybe purchase something you shouldn't have at your age?
Absolutely.
Have you ever got to try? Did you ever have the balls to try it?
No. We gave money to a friend of ours, and he did it, and we all shared it.
Now, when you shared it, did you rip out pages and then trade pages, or did one person have the book for a
No,
week?
I don't think it's what you were thinking of. I mean, we have the magazine for a while.
All right. More serious question here for you.
Going to be more serious.
Yeah, no, we can't be. If you allow me to be serious for just one moment, you're 0-3 now. You took this one serious. You put up a respectable time, 21 minutes. You're going to go up against the losers of the other side now because you are now in the losers bracket of the cesspool. Being you finished 0-3, you're going to play the person with the better record of the two people who don't make the winners bracket. And that could possibly be either the Alan Heffley,
Ooh.
Random Effect,
Ooh.
possibly even Jackamus.
Oh.
Puke7's at 2-1 at his worst. I believe he's going to go on no matter what.
Should go on, yeah.
Yeah. So listen, pal. You are, if you win the next race, you're done. You're done in the tournament and you're safe. You lose the next race, you have to play in the ultimate loser match of the bottom bracket. How does that make you feel as a man?
Makes me feel very demasculine. Masculized.
Buzz, how would you feel if you ever got put in the losers bracket?
I really don't know. I don't think that's a possibility, honestly.
How much better do you think you are at this game than Ryin7?
How much better? At least 5.
At least what?
At least 5.
Could you beat this game
5
and
minutes?
Super Mario Brothers before he beat this game?
That would be. Yeah, I probably could. It would be hard though. For 2152, that would be difficult. But I think I could do it.
When you play Coach Crab in the championship, because
is that
both
gonna happen?
Well, both of you guys put yourself there already. I don't know why we should prolong it. And,
I didn't
stop
say
effing around and
anything.
just
I
do
didn't
the
say
final.
anything.
what kind of stipulation are you guys going to put on the line?
Oh, there's gonna be something extra. It has to be.
Remember when he made
I
you
don't
play the
really
RPG
know.
game?
No, not like that.
That game was bad. No, the RPG with the initials of the game, the racing game. I forget what the.
Oh no, definitely not that either. That game is fucking garbage, man.
You couldn't even drive up a hill in that game. That's how bad.
Wait,
it
Yeah,
was.
you're not allowed to. It's just terrible. I don't
Did you
know.
say
We'd have
that
to
game
put
was
up.
garbage?
What was that,
I
Ryan?
don't know what.
Did you say that game was garbage?
The RPG, the racing simulator game he was playing. Yeah, it was garbage.
What
it's
about
bad.
this game?
This game, if you
No,
play 5
much
minutes
worse.
with this game's not that bad.
Much worse. Playing an hour of the game that I played was it was torturous.
What was it?
It was Radical Psycho Machine Racing for the Super
wow.
NES.
Nice.
The worst game you've ever played. Play it right now.
Why can I do it?
If you want to play it right now, just go ahead and you'll learn.
What was it on? Super Nintendo or?
Yeah, it's Super NES.
Oh, he doesn't have a Super Nintendo emulator.
Yep, purposely not.
You might need one for this tournament, though.
Oh, is it? Is it not all NES? It could be SNES.
It's early console, so it's pretty much we're keeping it Nintendo, Genesis, Super Nintendo, because then it starts to get hard to emulate games after that.
Yeah, we haven't really had a rule where we ran into like a roadblock on what you can play and what you can't. So
The only rule is that it has to be accessible to everybody. Everybody can just be able to acquire the means to do it and start it up, and there's no additional. You don't have to set it up like a PlayStation emulator or like it has to be easily accessible to people of all operating systems and skill level using a computer from your, oh, look at me, I live in California, have a dog, and work on computers, BGT, to like I can't even learn how to turn on a computer, Coach Crab.
Oh,
And
so
honestly,
you're saying you didn't need to have $600 to buy the cartridge?
you don't have the cartridge?
Well, of course I do.
Okay.
oh, I have the cartridge.
Wow.
I have two.
Oh, man.
One of them I
Get up
use
to
as a
lunch.
coaster, and the other one is holding the door open.
Well, I appreciate bringing this. I know it was last minute, but you got a race coming up, don't you, Larry?
I'm playing Dig Shake and Bent Glass Tube at some time either tonight or tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday. I don't know when, but we probably should be playing it pretty soon. I don't think we've said a couple things like play it tonight or whatever, but we're not really worried about restreams. We'll get it on the interwebs somehow post race if it has to happen like instantly. It's no big deal.
Wow, that should be 2 easy wins too.
Yeah, I should be 2-1. You're right. Thank you. And I'll be playing Buzz Thunder in the next round.
I hope so.
Well, yeah, because you won an easy win.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter who I play.
Well, obviously, you and Coach are going right in.
Uh,
Hey, Ryan, if there's the last question for you, and then we'll. I think we have a link to the past randomizer tournament race happening on this channel right after, so we have to wrap it up. One more question to you is: if there's anyone in the tournament that you'd like to see humble Buzz Thunder, who would it be, and why?
Josh ED.
Oh God.
And
Too
what is
late.
I think for obvious reasons, but I'll kind of go into them.
Go ahead.
I think everybody gives Josh ED a bad rap, and I'd kind of like to see a little air get deflated out of a birthday boy over there.
By the way, yes, happy birthday, Buzz Thunder, and everyone giving you well wishes and middle fingers in chat, please. Here's the thing with Josh ED, though. There's no sympathy for Josh
I'm not
ED.
mistaken, I think he's like 43 or something like that.
Oh, Josh ED? Yes, he probably is that old.
Sure.
He's in the final 8 of the Zelda 2 tournament randomizer.
How is that possible?
If he can't take a little bit of heat in this tournament, he's got, he's in for a world of pain, you know what I mean? Pain train's coming for him. Like, that's all he has to say to people.
Josh ED, maybe one of the newcomers, myself included, he's given himself a 5-minute lead there. I might take him up on that.
He's not a newcomer though.
No, he means. Or he means any of the newcomers humbling you, I believe.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
Yeah. Interesting, and this is one of the reasons I don't want to do this is because I don't want there to be this definitive answer. I always want it to be a question. What if the winner of one bracket plays the winner of the other? What if the ultimate loser, one side plays the ultimate loser the other side? I don't want those questions answered because I want them to be topic points and points of discussion and speculation. But we might have to do something here for the next tournament to make the ultimate winner, make the ultimate losers matches actually mean something. Like we talked about, maybe making them play each other and then in a blind race. I love that idea, the blind race idea. They don't know what game they're playing until 5 minutes before, and then they have an hour to see who does it better.
I agree. I think there needs to be a pan ultimate winner and a pan ultimate loser.
I don't know about the ultimate winner side though, because it's like, well, what if the second person beats the top person? They're going to be moving up what would that really add to it? Or maybe they do the same thing.
Yeah, it depends on their time. Like how good they are, how bad the bracket is. it's a little interesting for that, but the loser thing is very. I mean, this whole tournament was based upon like the loser,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's based on well, it was based upon 8 losers or 7
Yeah.
losers in Link 7. More or less,
Yeah,
but
that's exactly.
well,
What is
here's the
that,
thing with the
16 losers now?
now we have 15 losers and Buzz. We have with the ultimate loser race, we know it's an hour of entertainment. With the ultimate winners race, they would probably race this game to just see who's better, and it's like a 20-minute thing we have to schedule. So we have to grab a restreamer, a commentator. Both players have to line up, and it's going to prolong the tournament. So I'm trying to keep things more concise, more compact, and like meaningful.
For the winners though, could we do a surprise? You know, like oh, you have to play this race now.
But then that's not proving who's really a winner. Like the other one's proving like humiliation. Like play this game, let's watch them play it bad. And then for the winners, it's like, oh, just play this game. Well, that's not really, I
mean, if they don't know the game, it'll still be interesting because neither of them has any.
That's a good point.
Which side? My side?
Maybe sixth place picks what the top 2 winners play.
Oh, you're only saying that because you think you're going to be 6th place.
I doubtfully.
I don't know. We'll have to do it. I like the 2 different brackets. I like them not touching each other because I like the fact that it keeps the schedule simple. It makes winning meaningful. It makes losing detrimental. And like just for the sake of getting people together and fairness of schedule, like it just seems like it works. But then when it comes to an ultimate winner, like maybe there's no ultimate winner match or the championship match in the bottom tier. Both players just ascend. And they don't have that luxury of playing in that ultimate match. They have to earn it later on by ascending to the top level and then playing it. Whereas the ultimate loser match, maybe it should just be the bottom 2 in the bottom bracket and the other 2 people in the top bracket just sink to the next league and don't have to do anything additional. I don't know. We'll talk it over in Discord and stuff like that. But
no, I agree. As far as like things being official, like we shouldn't change that kind of stuff. But like if the winners do agree on something or the losers do want to do it, like that's fine.
And that's no different than 2 people just deciding to do it anyway, like rivalry night or anything else.
Yeah, rivalry night. Remember that?
I do remember that. Why did that fall through, and how did Dig Shake let you down?
Because he just doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit.
Wow.
He doesn't want to lose.
He doesn't want to lose. He's scared of losing, and he might actually be in the losers bracket for the first time. If I can somehow manage to knock him down in my race against him, and BGT wins one against him, I guess. But we'll see.
Do it, Larry.
I definitely can do it. I gotta put a little bit of practice into it. But Ryan, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for putting on the races and stuff like that. Sorry you're 0-3, but your tournament life is not over. You still have a chance to redeem yourself. And best of luck to you.
One question before you get off.
You can ask.
Do the
2.
people in the choke? Okay. Department. No, do the people in the brackets get switched?
Yeah, it's cross. Oh, you mean for the losers bracket, losers round?
No, like the next season after that, or
yeah,
is it?
We have a promotion and relegation system.
AMC, NFC kind of thing.
We have a more of a English Premier League promotion and relegation system, where the top 2 people move up from the bottom bracket, and the bottom 2 people from the top bracket move down. So if you're in the ultimate losers match in the top tier in the upper deck, you're going to move down. You're going to sink down to the cesspool. If you're in the top 2 of the cesspool, you're going to float up to the upper deck.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No, it's nice. But thanks again, man.
All right. Well, thank you for the restream commentary.
You in the cesspool, you're going to float up. You got it. What was that? But yeah, make sure your kid's ready to fight me when I'm ready.
Yeah, don't worry about that. And I got to go check on my chicken that's got a beer can up its butt. So
that's
nice.
Yeah, nice. And Buzz, thank you for joining me today with the marathon of races we've done.
Yeah, it's been a blast, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, and take care. Happy birthday.
Thank you.